So they'll be calling you a radical. So it's that time of year, man. It's the week for the spring salmon run in Oregon, Washington. It's the big week on right here, right now, where they're getting literally many thousands over the dam a day. You know, I'm the salmon guy, I'm the tide pool guy, the marine biologist in the high desert of Utah. Where's your crown, ODFW? Well, Washington. WDFW. I mean, look it up. He's in the head of WDFW when this acute catastrophe started in 2015. It's admitted they had an orgy, and then he's in prison for rape. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Alaska, British Columbia, you know, we can work all the way down, but the Columbia, we don't count dead tide pools. Old Kevin Blanch does. Everybody laughed at me when I says they'll go first. Just wasting disease. Oh, that's all. What's wasting? Up. So we got the trilogy. You know, we're going to get round two. Geezers at Fukushima cover up Caesars. Obama dumber, Trump dumbest, and senile Biden. That's going to be your all the people in this fucking country. That's who you're going to get. We all live in the green washing machine. A green washing machine. Where's your crown? Where's your crown? So, the green washing buses. So, this is how gonzo they are here in Utah. They've been building this green washing bus system. Oh, you drive up Harrison, it's a catastrophe for 25 years. And I'm not kidding. It was supposed to be a tram. But where does electricity come from in Utah, kiddies? Can you answer me that? Oh, what? Fossil fuels. You got it. Why don't we use the sun? Because these bought and paid for selfish, ignorant politicians will get elected by selfish, ignorant leaders. Carlin on chemo. Where's your crown? Where's your crown? You took all the money. So the salmon collapsed. So now, why did Oregon emergency close? They should have emergency closed all these years. Where's the Endangered Species Act? All three of these presidents have just covered up Fukushima. And if you don't believe it's good. No, it ain't no conspiracy. I've proved it. This is an unarguable science. That's what good scientists do. First, you hypothesize the knowledge. Look, these are full-blown out meltdowns. Never happened in the history of the Corps. They're going to fucking burrow in. It's going to be China syndrome. It's going to be fucking Delmar, Argentina syndrome. They're going to push water. It's safer to live in Tokyo than it is in Salt Lake City, Utah, Ogden, Utah, New York City, freaking Texas, anywhere. Jet stream moves left or right. Look, for the first 6 days, the plume was blowing over us. Obama took down Radnet, crashed it. Gina McCarthy. Then she became climate czar. Yeah, Czar Putin's in Turkey. Yay, we got more nuclear. Oh, God. We're going to fire one up in Georgia. First one in fucking... Yeah. Never learn. Clean grain. How much is the one in Georgia? 30-something billion. You know, it took how many years? The footprint of building these things. This is where Germany gets it that we don't here. And I had this conversation with these so-called environmentalists. There aren't no environmentalists. They're greenwashers. Do you know how much carbon footprint comes from concrete? The making of concrete. I mean, I'm an old plaster. The making of cement? Well, I thought it was just magic come out of the earth. That process is so toxic. So they just keep pouring more and more. They're tearing out green space and putting more concrete for the greenwashing bus. When Germany's tearing out concrete and replacing it with green space to cool down the freaking planet. And they're not going to boil the old Earth's water to fucking cool down the planet. Oh, that up is down, black is right. So this is back to the salmon numbers. So these numbers are a catastrophe. Now remember, this is Kevin Blanch's work. I've got their ear. I've always had their ear, especially in those acute days when they had the record returns going on. This is the smoking gun of Fukushima. We don't count, Kevin Blanch says, we don't count dead humans in bone marrow transplant centers. Oh, Kevin Blanch says, I was almost one of them. I don't eat, sleep, drink it. I live with it. I got sick in 2011. What's the odds? Going to Beaumont on 11. What a compelling story. But everybody's fleeing from me, run from me. They can't handle the truth. They don't want the fucking truth. My work is fucking unarguable documented science now. First you hypothesize the knowledge, then you do the field work, then you defend your work. Against this, all new knowledge will be persecuted. The salmon. We count every fucking salmon. Every river. We have sonar on every one of them because they're a fucking big time commodity worth a lot of money. Sports fishermen, commercial fish, worth a huge amount of money. That industry is gigantic. Get another bailout. So why is Oregon closing now when they should have closed before? Because they've realized that people have woke up somewhat and they're not still coming. They came for years and fished when there were no fish, when it should have been closed because of the Mitchell Act. And now they've just say, well, we've got to go along with the flow and get our government fucking pork. We got to get another bailout. They're all filed Oregon, Washington, last they're filing all senators, every politician, but they won't. Wyden went to Fukushima, mentioned it all the time, used to talk to me. Then, boop, he says, much worse than we thought. These are full coal meltdowns, and this has never happened. The energy coming off there, you don't even know what it is. Nobody on Earth knows what it is. So TEPCAL comes out this week. We're talking 4,400 and nearly 30 days later. Over 12 years, comes out and says, yeah, the containment vessel, we got a picture, and it's got holes in the bottom of it. And just more proof of China syndrome. This week, 12 years after the fact, they're admitting these are full blown out fucking meltdowns and they've China syndrome fucking down into the mantle, into the fucking ocean. They dumped water on pushing out. Hello, Jet moves left to right. The bridge at fucking Gold Beach, Oregon made it to from this catastrophe, the earthquake and tsunami in what, 6-7 days? A fucking bridge. The Japanese current runs into the California current. Hello. So the salmon numbers. So they finally stopped gill netting and fishing. There's no gill netting. There's no fishing. That's what makes these numbers so fucking dramatically alarming. I mean, it's a nightmare. It's horrible. Where's your crown? Get your crown on. Get your crown on, ODFW. Get your crown on, you nuclear cover-up. You're on the winning team. Get your crown on. Where's your crown? So, you can look at them for yourself. They post them every day. This is what we call an outliner. This is an acute radical collapse. Now, I can't overstate this. The comeback of the salmon fisheries was a fucking giant success. We had record returns happen in 2008, 9, 10, 11 in the steelhead and the Chinook. The Chinook first came the god of salmon. Then came the god of water. They are the hollow freaking wolves of the sea. Record. Kevin Blanch. This energy is going to break the fucking food chain. It's going to break the photoplankton. You don't even know what it is. This energy is going to push into the ocean. It's going to break the chain. It's the ecology, stupid. And first with the starfish will go. Did they? Was I right on that? Just a 95%. I had to walk the coast of California while I'm dying of cancer and fucking prove it to you. And everybody laughed at it. They don't laugh now. It's like OWW used to laugh at me. They don't argue and laugh at me now. They're like, boy, you were right. They still won't listen to me. So the salmon, steelhead salmon, Idaho opened it. I'm fishing. Okay, when there aren't any. There ain't shit. And so, on Earth Day, when they start, I said they'll start to collapse immediately. 2012 numbers will fucking drop dramatically because they go to see 1 to 2. They come back twice. They're called half pounders. And I talked to Tim Martin, by the way, Tim Martin and I have videoed them netting the half pounders, netting them, the test nets. We videoed them shooting sea lions. Fuck, 700 views? Really? Those fucking things have millions of fucking views. So, everybody's laughing at me. Well, the Chinook salmon, I'm like, no. They're like, I saw for myself, Kevin, record returns at 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15. I said, they'll collapse. Will you believe me when they collapse in 2016? Will you believe me then? Will you believe me then? Oh, they're not. Yes, they are testing. I post links all over. This has been reported off the coast of Japan. The Japanese fishermen are testing, and they've come right out just last year and posted that they're 14 times over the safe legal limits in Japan after the safe legal limits of Cesium 137. The half-life is very short on Cesium 1. It's an ongoing event. It's a catastrophe. They don't know where the cores are. This energy, you don't know what it is, which I named plutonium. Nobody on Earth. Kevin Blanch, probably the greatest PhD in human history. So, Will you believe me if they clashed in 2016? Boom. So in 2015, and I verified through OFW, if you take the gill netting in front of the dam and the catch in front of the dam, in 2015 is over 3 million big old hallowed beasts. Remember the live cam? They had almost 1.5 million over the live cam over the Bonneville. Remember the Bonneville had live cam? Now remember, people forget this. The Army Corps of Engineers classified me. Now who's the Army Corps of Engineers? The Army Corps of Engineers started out as the Atomic Commission. The Atomic Commission, and they still using that Einstein on their website. Einstein, 1939, wrote the letter to FDR that created the Manhattan Project, which created the atomic thing, which is evolved in the Department of Energy and Army Corps of Engineers. They classified Kevin Blanch. That's been leaked to me. I put it online. You can't argue with that. I mean, Albert Einstein never wrote that letter. He said at the end of his life over and over and over, the biggest mistake he ever made was signing that letter. Leo wrote that letter. You know, remember the United States secret, whoever they were behind enemy lines trying to find out if Hitler had that freaking bomb? And remember what they came back? The intelligence came back. Baby never born, mother never pregnant. Remember when Stalin got to Berlin? He wanted there. He fought so hard to get there before the Allies. Before the U.S., excuse me. And he got in there, and there was nothing there. They didn't have it. So they're the ones that have covered this up. The Department of Energy and Army Corps Engineers. Remember they took down their live cam? And I keep calling them. I called them for years. Says, I'll send you a GoPro. And it's still not up. Now, this is just by volume. So we've gone from 3 million on the Columbia. You should see these fucking numbers. Oh my, we have 1,600, I think, for the year. 1,600. It's a catastrophe. And there's no gill netting, and there's no fishing in front. These numbers are still, and the ODFW's finally come out, and now we've been at all the hatcheries. We've been talking to all these biologists. Kevin Blanch's post-surgeon, myself. They started finally admitting a few years ago, yeah, you're right, Blanch. They're dying at sea. It's not the dams. J.L.I. Smith has no dams. They're dying at sea. But the Army Corps of Engineers has classified me. You know, I'm off limits. You know, so where's your crown? You know, it blows my mind everybody's gone along with this cover-up. Because it's all about your money. It's all about your money. Cancer doesn't kill about your money. So there's new reports out of a new super cancers in young people. Again, all foretold by Kevin Blanch to a T. So these numbers are an absolute catastrophe. You know, and it's like I did that video yesterday on the buses. What a perfect video. I mean, so on PB, I've done all the work at Pacific Beach. The tide pools are completely wiped out at Pacific Beach. Fucking PB Point. I'm documented. The California, all of it. It's a catastrophe there. So they got a new shuttle that's coming down there, and they name it the Beach Bug. Oh, you're going to get a Tijuana freaking sewage beach bug down there. You're going to get a, I mean, it's irony. I mean, that we were straight with their greenwashing buzz. And, you know, I was in Kinesi Square, Fukushima, with a megahorn. What happened to his bus? It overheated, baby. They got too high. So, Kinesi Square, I'm there. And I had a huge crowd there that day. Some woman with a walker come up and swung her cane at my head and just barely missed my head by about that far. Hit my megahorn, knocked it down. That's an honor. Like, what the fuck? Cops came. I mean, these are the psychos that are out there. Because they don't want to handle the fuck. They can't handle the fucking. It's a catastrophe. And we can work up every river. The J.L.I. Smith has no dams. This is science. Look, this wasn't gradual. This is an acute collapse. We have all the data now. You can plug in regression. It's called outlier. Any regression model you point to is going to point to 2011. Something crazy happened in the ocean. Not to mention the heat bubble over the western United States. Not to mention the fucking fires, all foretold by Kevin Blanch. This is going to cause an energy. It's a gas. It's a vapor. It's going to push into the ocean. It's going to break the fucking eco chain. The fucking smoking gun will be the Chinook salmon. Why the Chinook salmon? Starfish will go first, did they? Steelhead will go right immediately after. Because they go, why are they the smoking gun? Because there's a line we could forecast. I could forecast the line because on average they go to sea for 5 years. They'll be strong until 2016. If they collapse in 2016, it's going to be unarguable that event caused this. Oh, it happened. Off a cliff. I mean, that's a radical freaking, I mean, it's catastrophe. That's not a gradual drop. That's an acute catastrophe. The scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're stumped, they're fucking mystified. Where's your shirt? Better get it out. Better get it out. That's all we hear all day. Those fucking planes. So, simply Einstein. That's what he said. Hell of a way to boil water. Remember, and the Department of Energy Army Corps engineers and these people that covered up and went after me are grandstanding Einstein. Einstein was banned from the Manhattan Project. Remember, he was anti-bomb. He was anti-nuclear energy. Somebody says, EO wasn't that smart. The fuck he wasn't. He was beyond a genius. Where's your crown? Where's your crown? He was smart enough to run off the intuitive mind. I had a dream. I mean, oh, he's the man. Everything he said was true. He said, if you ever give this genie gets out of that, you ever have a full core meltdowns, he's the first one that he didn't call it China syndrome, the melting syndrome. He's the first one. He says, if this ever gets out, it's going to freaking alter and change every piece of biology. They didn't call it DNA then. It's going to change everything. It's going to alter, mutate every single living thing on the face of the earth if it ever gets out. This is the first time it ever happened. Never happened at Chernobyl. That was one graphite reactor, and they're still calling it the worst nuclear disaster in history. Not even close. Fukushima's 3 full core meltdowns. Mox fuel blown all over fucking smithereens. Full blown out China syndrome, which I named Delmar syndrome. Pushing, and you're trying to tell me there's no byproduct for that? So why are we so afraid of nuclear meltdowns? Until they happen, we spend billions on fucking security. Why? Why do we build those containment vessels? Why do we spend all that concrete fucking building those fucking cooling towers? Fucking preventing. Why? 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 Fucking the greenwashing bus. Yay. I mean, unbelievable. You're afraid of them until they happen, and then it's disgusting. It's unbelievable. Einstein was right. Well, humans adapt. Yeah, in 50 generations. So you're trying to tell me life expectancy in the United States, we have open heart surgery. I've had it twice. The cancer treatment is incredible. We have organ transplants. The survival rates on cancer have gone like this, but so have the rates. It's incredible. Yet we're not living longer. We're living less. Everything that's happened post-Fukushima, including the epidemic, you're going to chalk it up to fucking coincidence? Coincidence doesn't get it in science. It does not get it in science. So all we've heard, is this even possible? All we've heard since Fukushima, scientists are mystified, they're stumped, they're perplexed, they're bewildered, they're curious, they're fucking alarmed. It's daily. Daily, I mean by the thousands? Can they all be bewildered? Stumped? They all have the golden handcuffs? They just go along with the winning team? Isn't there a wonder? Oh, Kevin Blanch, I had to go rogue. My credentials are fucking longer than your arm at this university, the University of Nuclearism. I mean, I taught at the #1 school of business in the country. My biology fucking background, my zoology background, it's staggering. But I had to go rogue. I've been blackballed here in the whole circle, JSTOR and Balco. Where am I supposed to go to do this work? They're not going to let anybody they're not going to promote anybody. They're going to go after anybody any real scientist, any real zoologist, any real biologist. I had to go to YouTube. Remember they used to call themselves the Great Equalizer? So then they create fucking shadow banning, but the bottom line is they're not going to put my toothpaste back in the tube. They're not going to put it's already out there. Everybody knows my rhetoric I Warholed it. I put so much out there intentionally so that, and I use the visual genre in such a intense, good, artistic, radical way to create relay in the mind, which I've done. Everybody looks back now and they're like, this fucking dude was right. He nailed it right on the money. Walked the entire coast of California, documenting the tide pools, the salmon counts. This is a smoking gun. We call that an outlier versus the liars. You can't fucking deny the science now. We know factually this acute catastrophe, something happened in 20. It's unarguable. You plug in the well data. You plug in the fucking starfish data. You plug in the salmon fucking data. The trees, the fires data. All this data, all of it, every bit of it. You can run computer models and take the bias out. Every single time it's going to deviate from the mean so much, it's going to come right to 2011. We know something radical crazy happened in the Pacific Ocean in the Western North American ecology in 2011. It's unarguable. Unarguable. So then we have to start looking for what crazy radical happened in 2011. Did a meteor hit Earth? Did 9,000 Exxon Valdezes? It's the greatest event in human history. The nuclear meltdowns? Yeah, and then the greatest crime is the cover-up. Obama. This is how pathetic that guy. Inside the situation, I know what happened word for word inside the situation room. I can talk about some of it because John Holden I put her up to those interviews with Holden, the second interview. I'm the one that prepped her for it. Well, you know, like when I got called back on Fukushima, she asked him directly, and he squealed, make it so, USS Reagan sent him to entomb, backed him out. Obama stood on the White House lawn, I never promised you a rose garden, on St. Patrick's Day 2011. Well, we're going to keep you abreast to know. I'll let you know what I know. A plume is coming over us right now to save Hillary Clinton's emails. I got to talk to Henry. Henry Kissinger will be 100 this year. What? How about, I thought Elizabeth Holmes was supposed to go to prison today. Nope. I mean, this club is sickening. You know who her dad is? Speaking of energy, Christian Holmes IV, that's her dad. Oh, Enron? Yeah. I mean, the perpetual. I mean, people don't finish these stories. It's a club. They don't illuminate. They radiate. It's a club. Can't you see that? Through the Department of Energy and all that pork? Nuclear renaissance? There's no nuclear renaissance. It's the cover-up of Fukushima. Obama's on Jimmy Kimmel in 2016, right before the election. The Trump election. Hillary Clinton. I'm at the White House. He goes on Jimmy Kimmel and he says, well, is it true Hillary runs these ads? I'm Jimmy Kimmel. That you get calls at 4 a.m.? Come on. It's the president of the fucking United States. Well, yeah, it's true. Well, did it happen to you? Yeah. When? When Fukushima happened. Jimmy Kimmel, what's Fukushima? What's Santa Susana in L.A.? Barack Obama, you know, the typhoon. He called the great earthquake, the great tsunami, the great nuclear man. He's in the situation, as King, the typhoon. Bush, dumb. Obama, dumber. How about Trump? First thing he does is meets with Abby. Won the election. I'm in D.C. at that night. Nobody thought he was going to win. He won. People panicked, started to circle out, including Abe. What happened to him still blows my mind. They tried to do it to the other Japanese PM. So the mob running the cleanup. Whoa. So Abe hurries and gets on his freaking Learjet and flies to the U.S. and goes right to Trump Towers. And man, I get on the bus in the middle of the night and I go there. I'm at Trump Towers right there. It was unfucking believable. Why would he come there and meet with him immediately? Then the first person he meets with is Abe in Mar-a-Lago, and they black out the fucking windows for days. No media, no nothing. He meets with Abe 17 times. For a Japanese PM to meet with an American leader once is major fucking news. Remember when Abe came here? It was our group that freaking tracked him. Our group's the one that fucking broke the story that went to MIT Media Lab. Why would he go there? Fukushima. Cover up. Aaron Swartz. JSTOR. Fuck. Yeah, people cannot connect these dots. They won't connect the, oh, it's all good. I'm Dutch saying it's fucking saying. Fuck, it ain't good. Look at the collapse of this fucking, it's an acute. Look, at first you could fucking argue with Kevin Blanch all you want. I was cool with that. I mean, the slander and the attacks and what they did to me is criminal. The DOE. But I'm thick-skinned. I'm tough. I can hang. But you can't argue with me now. I was right. The data's all there. The salmon catastrophe is the smoking gun. You go to the Fraser in British Columbia, it's fucking down 99%. Post this. You know, the Kenai in Alaska, that's just epic collapse. Remember when all the birds washed up fucking dead? All the mere starvation event. This acute fucking ecological catastrophe this is the most acute, radical fucking acute catastrophe in modern world history. By far, by many times. And you're going to deny this work. Like again, we're heading mystified, baffled, stumped, perplexed, curious, alarmed. That doesn't get it in fucking science. You know, I was going to do a piece on For Whom the Bell Tolls. Hemingway, you know. Franco is still alive. Remember, that's all we heard. Franco is still alive. Franco is still alive. For whom the bell tolls. Smells like spaghetti. He must be Ferlinghetti. What's he talking about? Back. Ode to Fructonium. I named it Fructonium. Livermore has took waste and collided together and created 4 new ones. That's my work. I get no credit, no support, no nothing. I've been this is the greatest PhD, the greatest fucking hypothesis since Einstein. You know, off the intuitive mind. I had a dream when I was an 11-year-old boy, and that's no shit. Einstein was right. You know, he was right. Einstein was right. He was right. Kevin Blanch was right. And I get no credit. You go after me, fucking live in poverty. I mean, it's outrageous. The work that I've fucking done on the salmon, this catastrophe. You know, when you hypothesize the knowledge, it might sound crazy right there. Well, how does it? I mean, they're full-blown out meltdowns. And then you do the fucking work. You know, this is the fact that I get cancer and go on the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. I've had open heart surgery twice, gallbladder gone. I mean, fuck, this fight has been epic. The fight is the life. You know, and I get 0 credit? Huh. Fuck, it's the greatest PhD in human fucking history. Bar none. So, yeah, I'll post the numbers. There's no arguing with me now. We know for a fact. You could fucking try to have an argument with me about what caused it. Global warming, did you tell me that global warming didn't start till 2011? That's what you're saying? Huh, it started when they started boiling all the Earth's water in fucking 1940s, 50s. Nuke them down. Oh. They nuked my dad to death in the Nevada test site, and I'm supposed to just stand down. They nuked Annika to death, you know, at Chernobyl. Both of them, I held their hands as they died, both of them. And then the doctor looks you right in the eyes and says, get your affairs in order, you're going to die of the same disease. At some point, when do you throw down and fucking fight back? Which I did. What a fucking journey. Thank you for historic work, but this collapse is epic. The beach bug at Pacific Beach on the bus. The greenwashing bus at Weber State. Kinesi Square, fucking Oregon. That bus fucking got so high it overheated. How about the Fukushima bus? I'd like to get me a fucking vehicle and paint all this on the sides of it and work up and down the coast, which I tried. I can't get anyone to do. They'll run and fucking give it to Greenpeace and Sierra Club. Fucking well, whoever it is. They're fairy tale bullshit of the day. That means nothing. That does nothing. So stand tuned. This collapse, the salmon or the smoking gun, and it's a catastrophe. Frustrated, you think? You think? Stand tuned.